Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is MJ Pinky, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my edit of chapter 38. This chapter is kind of kicking off the climax for this character, and so this was a pretty important chapter, not only to answer some questions that have been raised in her journey along the way, but also to make it interesting to read, which information dumps are usually not. And that's kind of what this chapter ended up being. So I'm a bit worried about that. The previous draft of this that I was working from was really, yeah. I basically had to rewrite this chapter because what I had before felt pointless. And I'm hoping that it comes across a little bit better now. We'll see. But info dumps are really a struggle in, I think, any draft, especially my earlier drafts. I had pages and pages of information just dumped onto the page that the reader didn't care about. That's really the problem with information dumping, is that a lot of times the author gives the reader a lot of information in a huge chunk, and it's not really relevant to what's happening in the scene. And so the information here that I have in chapter 38 is relevant to this scene, but I still don't want it to come off as, oh, okay, the author just didn't have a better way to weave this in, so she just dumped it all here in this chunk of dialogue that feels really convenient. As the author, I'm getting this vibe from this chapter, so I have little doubt that my readers are going to feel this way too. I mean, obviously this is chapter 38, so the reader at this point has invested a lot of time and effort into this book. And so if I was on chapter 38 of a book and there was like 9 chapters left, I probably would not stop reading just because there's a paragraph of information dump. However, I don't want it to be boring. I don't want it to be useless information. I don't want it to feel unnatural. How she comes by this information and comes to have this conversation with this person. So that'll be where I'm trying to get feedback here. This is the character that in a previous chapter, it was expressed that there are some triggering themes surrounding this character that a lot of my members really don't care to read. And so I probably will not be submitting this chapter to my critique group. I will just submit this to a couple of my other members that have agreed to keep reading this character. So I will see what they have to say about it, and I'll have that feedback for you guys in a future video. And aside from that, that's all I got for you guys. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a future video. Happy writing.